Hello everyone. On the 29th of June, Black Moon Lilith is going to change signs, and it's quite a prominent position for her to be because it is at 0 degrees Libra, aligned with the Super Galactic Centre. Now, first of all, what is the Black Moon Lilith? There are 3 astrological Liliths. By the way, I do have at least 4 or 5 videos on the subject. So you see, this is the exact time at 10:18 London time. But before we are going to dive into it, into the chart itself, let's take a look at the 3 astrological Liliths. And I'm sure you know the notion that the goddess always manifests in 3 faces, like the moon. So the asteroid Lilith, which is asteroid number 1181, not very prominent by our means, not even very big. It is in the Lilith myth, it denotes the revolt against injustice. So when Yahweh created that particular portion of the world, it created Adam and Lilith, and they started to fight right from day one, because Lilith said to Adam, "I don't want to be below you." And of course, Adam couldn't accept this because this is a patriarchal energy, a patriarchal rule, a phase of the world when matriarchy no longer prevails. And Lilith doesn't really want anything as just equality. She understands, she acknowledges the change of times. All she wants is to let Adam know that she doesn't want to be below him. But even that is unacceptable for patriarchy. So what happens is Lilith utters Yahweh's unutterable name and leaves the Garden of Eden. And that particular moment is simply signified by the dark moon Lilith, the second in the row of the Liliths. And because it describes the acceptance of the curse. It doesn't mean that anyone curses the other one. It's not that I curse you or you curse me. It's a different notion. Don't curse anyone, by the way. It doesn't really do to curse anyone. This is a different notion. It means that I know what to do. I know that what I want to do is right, and I will do it no matter what, even if you curse me. So that is why I say that it is the acceptance upon us, how others curse us. So that's what the dark moon Lilith signifies. And then you have the black moon Lilith, the third Lilith, which is an empty focal point in the Earth-Moon ellipsis. If you have seen the Earth-Moon ellipsis, at one of the focal points is the Earth itself, and the other one is empty. And this empty focal point is the black moon Lilith. So asteroid Lilith denotes revolt against injustice. Dark moon Lilith means the acceptance of the curse, and black moon Lilith, first of all, in the myth, all of a sudden, Lilith realizes that a new thing is being created, not created, made, manufactured, and that is Eve, the second wife. So she realizes that she is not being given a soul, so she goes back into the Garden of Eden and gives an apple alma in Hungarian means soul in Latin. So again, you have a lot of layers of mysticism here, but the fact remains that Lilith, in the black moon Lilith, the third turning point of the myth, signifies the goddess, the returning goddess, who first of all is clairvoyant, and second, she knows what to do, and she has the courage and the courage and the stamina and determination to do what's right. And this is so the black moon Lilith is what is changing signs, and is also at the moment at the Super Galactic Centre. So here's a chart. So let's take a look at the London chart, because that will describe the Lilith for the next 9 months. I forgot to tell you that this point has not an orbital period, because it doesn't orbit. It's return to the natal position is 9 years, takes 9 years, half of a nodal axis cycle, because that takes 18 years. And of course, it is strongly connected to the nodal axis as well. So So it takes 9 years to complete the full round. So it takes approximately 9 months in each sign. So next March it's going to move into Scorpio. So for the next 9 months, this is the natal chart for Lilith. So let's take a look at the London chart. As you can see, Virgo is rising with trans-Pluto. So trans-Pluto is, first of all, a spouse. It's, it is Persephone, who is the wife of Hades, Pluto Hades. So it signifies a committedness, a commitment. The official spouse, someone who is in a committed relationship, but at the same time is able to keep his or her own positions as well. On the midheaven, you have Sedna, creation through dissection, which is no longer at the Uranus-Jupiter midpoint because Jupiter moved away a little bit. I mean, if you like wide orbs, which I don't, you can still say it is there. And the asteroid Lilith is on the IC, so the revolt against injustices in our roots. And besides that, the moon has just crossed over the North Node, the moon in Aries, so it's a fighting moon, about maybe 6 hours ahead earlier. It just was exactly conjunct the North Node, which in Aries means we learn to fight. And the Chiron Aries conjunction is getting stronger, tighter. It's in a couple of weeks it will be exact, and we're going to take a look at that as well, of course. So let's take a look at what we have here. This is a dissociate and partly anaretic crown, which is formed by an air grand trine between Lilith, Pluto, and Sedna, and also by Neptune and the MCIC angle, which are still in the Scorpio and Taurus at the very, very last degree. And so is Neptune at the very, very last degree of Pisces. So here you have, interestingly enough, 3 elements out of the 4. We don't have a fire element, but we have, so the grand trine is perfect because it is, I mean, energetically and of course degree by degree as well, because it is formed by air signs. So you have Lilith in Libra, which signifies that we can actually utilize any kind of diplomacy, really, if you want to be strong. Pluto, which is still in retrograding in Aquarius, it's going to move back for a couple of weeks into Capricorn, and then it moves for the next 20 years. It's going to stay in Aquarius. And Sedna, which is denotes the dissection, creation through dissection, which is on the midheaven. So actually you have the power to dissect the non-working segments of your future and rearrange it in a workable, plausible way with the help of Pluto, which is of course transformation, and Black Moon Lilith, which is courage and determinedness and also clairvoyance. So that's one thing that we are there. But already the 2 other portions of the crown, which actually form the crown, Neptune and the MCIC angle, are out of sign. There's a Neptune IC trine, beautiful, but again, the problem is that the crown should be actually in the same polarities. So if we have a grand trine in air sign, then it should be the accompanying energy should be air, should be fire. But in this case, it is water. And of course, then the MC is in Taurus, they're at the very end of Taurus, but at least here we have Sedna in the right element. So what is problematic is the midheaven IC trine. But at the same time, this is a trine. It's a beautiful trine. It signifies that you can go actually 1 level higher, Neptune, use some sort of esoteric knowledge in order to tap into the very deep recesses of your karmic past, either as a nation, England, or as a family, your family, or you as an individual. So that is the significance of it. But at the same time, we must emphasize that air, which is thinking, and water, which is feeling, are mutually exclusive elements, mutually exclusive psychological modes. You either feel or you think. You can't do actually both of them, unfortunately. And let's take a look at the transcendental objects. And what makes this particular moment very determinedly remarkable and important is that you, at all corners, you have fixed stars. And fixed stars in karmic astrology give you the tool by which you can actually overcome any karmic issue. You can heal, you can prepare for a difficult incarnation, you can develop traits from your wounds. Those are the fixed stars in our reading. So Neptune is on Shared, Beta Pegasus, which is the main healing word for suicide victims. The fresh suicide victims are being taken to Shared. On Pluto, you have Osiris, the god of the underworld in Egyptian mythology, and Altair, Alpha Aquila, which is one of the shaman stars. Pluto will be there for a couple of weeks still. Then when it moves back into Capricorn, this will disintegrate, and then he will move back again, and again it will the connection will be strong. On Black Moon Lilith. On Black Moon Lilith, we have the Super Galactic Centre. This is one of the so-called key celestial areas in karmic astrology. There are 3 of them. You have a video, you can watch the video on the 3 key celestial areas, and in particular the Super Galactic Centre, which is M87, and it is all these supermassive black holes and these key celestial areas carry karmic dilemmas. And in this case, the karmic dilemma is nothing is ever enough. So that's on the black hole. This is how black hole is, Black Moon Lilith is opening this whole energy. And if you actually this whole the conjunct, which is not conjunction, it's alignment, because nothing can ever be conjunct the Supergalactic Center. It's so far away. But anyhow, the alignment started about maybe 5-6 days ago, and it will be open for another 5-6 days, because these position points have a 2-degree orb, as opposed to fixed stars which have a 1-degree orb. I know that a lot of astrologers use much higher orbs. I'm not very comfortable with them. I think that the tighter the orb, the more beneficial it is, and the stronger the connection is. On the midheaven, you have Seneca, the cynical philosopher, and the Pleiades. And the Pleiades are also on Sedna. And Sedna also carries Hephaestus, the lame goldsmith who creates beautiful. He could be ugly and lame and whatever, but whatever he creates is always perfect and beautiful. And 2 TNOs, Mars Somnus and Pelion. Pelion actually is a centaur, and it is the mountain where, or the mountain where the caves of the centaurs are. So it's their home. And it denotes the mountain of life that you need to cover, that you need to climb in order to fulfill why you're here. And Mars Somnus, death and sleep, it's a binary object, it's a TNO, was very, very prominent throughout the pandemic, and here it is again, very prominent. And yes, they are planning the second or the next pandemic. Watch my words. This is to hijack the American election. You will see that by then they will have a full-blown, probably bird flu. And because the European Union has just ordered I don't know how many vaccines for 40 million euros, and the Estonians are already giving it to people. So it started, and I warned you that it will start. It will definitely start again. Hopefully, people won't be stupid enough to take the jab again, and hopefully they will revolt against this. But anyhow, so it's starting. The whole thing is starting all over again. On the ICF Ceto, toxic emotions, that's also a TNO, and Toliman, Alpha Centaur, which is one of the main healing worlds for anything karmic, any karmic issue, any karmic wounds. So that's it. That is the chart for the Black Moon ingress into Libra. And as I said, this is going to be valid for the next 9 months. And actually, every time there's going to be something with the Black Moon, we are going to revert back to this chart. It's quite interesting, let me tell you. We do live in interesting times. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.